Ikon delevedoskete yada bashata kabaye konte velegede irateke mashata kapaya iantene meno frakanta ya bashada kapante levede ilefegon telebedo wataye radaga bashada baye iantene meno wataye yadeke mezuski ya mataya baya yada bashada kapaye konda kapaye. We thank you, Lord, for life. We thank you, Lord, for good health. We thank you, Lord, for strength. We thank you that we've gone, we've come back, nothing happened to us. We thank you for traveling mercies. We thank you, oh Lord. Iantana mashatekete koskete, iantana mashadakapaye, aladagabanda levedoskete levede, iantene meshadegebaye, iantene menuataye koskete levedom brakataye, iadabashadakapaye, ayantana mane, Iado ketelevedo kataye bashatekete iadeke bashadakapaye. Ikon tekete kon tekete iadekos ketin develegede iada bashadagabaye iantene menon wataye andelevegos keteke bashatakapaye ko wataye intontene meno wataye kon defaye kipaye ikapashatakapaye. Hallelujah. We are praying, committing our activity today into God's hands. We are praying for the success of this meeting. We are all gathered here in the celebration mood for our pastor's birthday. I want us to pray for the success of this meeting. Pray, committing the participants into God's hands, that whatever they are going to do here will be to the glory of the Lord. Let's begin to open our mouth and pray. Lord, we pray, committing today's meeting, today's activities into your hands, Lord. We pray into the success of this meeting, that everything that we do here today will be for your glory, will be to glorify you, will be to glorify you. Kola bashatekete konte, iadeke mezon vetelege bashadabaye, ladaga bazon vetelege bashata kapaye ikon teke bashante nemenon prekente lefede iantana makonte vele ke bashade andana mason fetele ke bashadaye andana maneke paye ikon teke tekoske teke paye iantana mashada kapaye ikabasha tekete antakataye. We pray for the participants, Lord. Ikabasha tekete ikon tekete. We pray for the success of this meeting. Iantana mashatekete ikadabashatekete, that you, Lord, you be glorified in this meeting. And namashadakapa yekontekete ikosketeke bashatekete and denemenowataye. That you, O Lord, your name will be glorified in this meeting. That everything we are going to do will be for your glory. It will be for your glory. That it was going to be a success. That it will end successfully. It will end with joy. It will end with excitement. It will end in fulfillment. Oh, tevelegede bazon frekedelevede iantekede koskete bashatekede, that everything will end in fulfillment. Ikantenemenoskete iabashadekete ledevelegedele bantelevede ikosketeke bashadabaye andanamakon velegede latabashata kapaye. Ikon teke mazon fedelege mashata paye lefedoska teke paye unkata bashate kete on teke basonska teke paye alava kon tekete andana mashada kapaye kon develegede ikoska teke bashate, that this meeting is going to end ikata bashante kete in so much joy, in fulfillment, in excitement. Igabante levedoska te ikapa Ikabashatekete on tevelegede, from participants to members to leaders to pastor. Everyone is going to leave here with so much excitement. Ikoskete bashatekebaye, and that this meeting will glorify your name, O Lord. Imashadabaye ledebenoskete fetelege bashadabaye ikon tevelebede. Ikantene menevede, iantana mashanta kapaye, iantana mashanta kabaye, lonte vele meduski pantelevede, onte vele bashate, alinke delevedoskete, ayana mashante nemene, alikoskete mpataye, alevedele gabantelevede, o bashatekete, o bashatakapaye, iantene meno kataye, panda namadon petelevedoa, ikapashata kapaye antana maneke paye konte velegede irana mashate onte velim betelevede la deke bashata kapaye onte vele menu frakataye yene menu ataya kapante levede onte velia mantelevedoskete I bashante kemaye iantana maneke baye onte vele menu brekente levedosataya ikapashata kapaye Yataka pashanta kapaye antene menuataye koskete yantene menuataye yata pashatekete elivamentos ketelevedia pantekete onte vele pashata kapaye ayada baye ketelevedoskete yantene menuakataye o kapason ketelevede ya pashatekete anyana mazun vedeleke paye Ikantene menoataye iada mazun feteleke paye antene menoataya kapashata kapaye iada kapashante kete iada pashata kapaye antene menua kapaya kapaye iada kapashata kapaye iantene menu katelevedeleke pashata kapaya iada kapantelevedua kataye iantene menu frekentelevede ia pashate legedelevedun tefelege paye Tana mashada kapaye lefegon tevelement levedula irakataya bashata kapaye adaga bashada kapaye ayadaga bashada kapaye on tenemenum pekatelefate iantenemene iantana maye ko wadaya bashada kapaye ayana manekete iyadaka bashada kapaye iyadaka bashada kapaye iyadaka bashada kapaye antenevedoskete lefediamante Elegedele vedoa taye, iata bashata kapaye, antene ketele kapaye ketele kepaye, izon kete, iabason kete, on te velevede, iko bashate kete, skonda bashate kete, o atakabaye, koskete ke bashate kete, Ikantana mashada baye on teveleke paye o sketeke bashada kapaye on vataye kedeke paye iandene menoskete. Let's open our mouth and thank God for an answered prayer. Ikapashate kete. Oh Lord, we thank you ikapashate that this meeting is a success. Ikapashate kete andana mason kete. We thank you, oh Lord. We thank you, oh Lord. We thank you for the success of this meeting. We thank you for the success of this meeting. Ikapashatekete mazalavade ilagapashatekete on teke pashatekete on kabashatekete ikosketeke bashatekete. We thank you that this meeting is going to glorify your name. Ikapashatekete. This meeting is going to show honor. Ikadapashatekete. We thank you so much, Lord. We thank you so much, Lord. Iyadapashadakapaye. Ikunte vala mandoskate la da bashada kapaye on te vele belevede iya kapashada baya iya kapashada kapaya antene menoataye ke bashade ke te koskete iya mantene vede iya da bashate konde velia mandule iko baskonte vele vashate ke te ko la paye ikantana mashada kapaye letege vele vedoataye konde vele diamante iya bashade iya matene menuadaye iya bason fetelegete irakoskete iya da bashada kapaye on tevelegete lefede ikoskete ke bashada baye iantana makon tevelegete ikabashate. Hallelujah.
Praise the Lord. God bless you so much, Sister Nadia. Praise the Lord. God bless you so much, Sister Nadia. 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 God bless you so much, Si Okay, so we are just about to begin the show. Thank you so much, sir, for the opportunity. And we are going to introduce. We are going to introduce. Uh, we are going to introduce the participants for this competition. It's about to get very, very, very heated. So if you are here, make sure your fellowship members are following so that you'll be cheering on. So I believe everybody is ready. Are you ready? If you are ready, say it in the comments that you are ready.
We are
And you can
ready.
say who you think is going to win.
Faith Fellowship.
Is it Glory Fellowship or Increase Fellowship or
Faith,
Faith
faith,
Fellowship?
faith, faith, faith,
Whoever you
faith,
believe is going to win,
faith,
just say
faith,
it in the
faith,
comments.
faith.
Maybe what you say will come to pass. So let's go ahead and see the contestants for this competition, as you already know. So I'll begin with Pastor Kovna.
Presenting.
Okay, so from Increase Fellowship, we have Pastor Pearl. Please join me here. I believe you are cheering on in the comment section. And from Glory Fellowship, we have Sister Priscilla. Sister Priscilla. Okay. And then the last contestant, Brother Kovna, please join us. Okay. So these are contestants for the show. Should I find out how you are feeling? Are you all ready? Are you ready for the show? No, tell us in one word how you are feeling.
It's mixed feelings.
Mixed feelings. There are butterflies in your stomach.
Exactly.
But what about you? How are you feeling?
Feeling perhaps.
What's the meaning
Feeling
of perhaps?
It summarizes everything.
Okay.
Yeah, already.
Sister Prissy, how are you feeling?
I think I'll go with what Pastor Pell said. Mixed feelings.
Mixed feelings.
Yeah.
I thought someone would say I'm feeling like the winner. I didn't hear that. Oh, okay.
Perhaps.
Okay. So if you are ready, these are your contestants. Just mention who you believe is going to win. It's about to get very, very heated. And then maybe you can be saying the answers if you think you can get it right, and we'll see. Maybe we'll come to the comment section to pick the winner. All right. So are we ready?
Ready.
Okay. Then let the contest begin. Who knows Pastor best? Okay, so contestants, please introduce yourself again to us. Your name and the fellowship you are representing.
Okay, thank you, Pastor, for the opportunity. Pastor Pearl of Increase Fellowship.
Pastor Kwabna of Faith Fellowship.
I am Priscilla Agbon from Glory Fellowship.
Okay, so we would like to hear something small from you. Tell us something. Just try and brag. Tell us something that you know Pastor enough or not.
I think what I can say basically is that Glory. I'm from Glory Fellowship. Yes, that should say something. And I don't know for the other fellowships if you have realized, but everything can be found in Glory. Basically, increase can be found in Glory. Faith is in Glory, and so I'm just here to represent everything that we are as a fellowship. Yes.
That was a very nice introduction. Okay, so if you are ready to begin today's show, then let's hear something about it.
Hello. Yeah. I think it was off or low. Hello. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, please, let's hear if we can hear you very
Yeah, it's very audible. I believe everybody here can hear. So,
Hello.
Okay, so like I said before, I am here to represent my fellowship, yeah, which is Glory
well.
Fellowship,
Hello.
and I mentioned that everything can be found in glory. Increase can be found in glory. Faith can also be found in glory, and so we are definitely taking this. Hello. Right. Once again, Glory Fellowship. Increase can be found in glory. Faith can be found in glory. I don't think there is anything Christian that you can't find in glory. Yes, and so we are definitely taking this.
Okay, let's hear from Pastor Pearl too.
Okay, so I'm Pastor Pearl of Increase Fellowship. And as I said, Increase Fellowship, we are always the best and we are always at the top. So we are winning this hands down as well.
Okay.
yeah, so as I was saying, Kasaya and Frama with faith. Only three things about faith, hope, and love. And then there is no increase, there is no glory. All these are subsets of us, but we don't talk much. Kasaya and Frama, we show working, show working.
All right. So in this contest, it's going to be in categories. And for answering, most of your answers are going to be done by writing because when you speak, maybe somebody will catch and say it. So you give you a set of papers and then you would write your answers. Make sure you're So in this contest, the rules are very simple. When the question is asked, you write the answer on the sheet of paper. Please make sure your pen is writing very well. You write your answer on the sheet of paper and show it to the screen. You are not saying it out loud. If you forget yourself when you say you are not going to score. So you just quickly write the answer and show it to the screen. Just make sure you are not looking at someone. If we see you turning, you'll be disqualified. So, are we ready? Okay. So, to the very first question, what is pastor's full name? Pastor's full name, not a single name left out. What is pastor's full name? Okay, so, okay, please, I think you forgot the rules from the beginning. Your answer is supposed to be written very boldly because we might not see what you are showing us. So you have a lot of space on the sheet and you have a lot of sheets. So write your answer very boldly. And your answer is not time bound. You just have to be right or wrong. This is a very flexible contest. So if we can't see what you're writing, we can't score you. Yes. So what is pastor's full name? What is pastor's full name? No name left out. With every answer you write, please write your fellowship name on. You can write as initials. Just write your fellowship name on the sheet of paper so we can identify. Okay, to the next question. This is not a written answer. This is spoken. So you are to list pastors' levels of education right from nursery. Okay, so you would say pastor's educational background right from nursery to tertiary. The names of the schools. You are free to leave it out if you do not know. But right from nursery, list the name. This one is spoken. Anyone who is ready can go ahead.
Okay, so from nursery to JHS, I know they were in the eastern region where he used to live, down. Yes, but for SHS, he was in St. Martin's. Tertiary, he was in the University of Ghana.
So I think I'll say that I'll try Akemoda MA or LA or DA, one of the A's. And then for SHS, yes, in St. Martin's, Smarts in Salem, and then tertiary, University of Ghana.
Okay, so I'll start with the from the nursery to the JHS. I can't really tell, but I know it's in the eastern region. But I know Pastor was being promoted from, is it class 6 to JHS 1 or from. But then I'm trying to talk about the educational background, though. But then also, and I know of his SHS, which is St. Martin Senior High School, and then University of Ghana, Legon as well.
Wow, interesting answers, especially Akimoda LA.
Explain.
Nobody confirmed that was the right answer.
Can you imagine?
Okay, to the next question. This is a spoken answer as well. Okay, so tell us pastor's family background as much as you know.
Okay, so I know that his dad is a pastor at Assemblies of God at Odan, and his dad's name is Solomon Sarkodie. His mom's I don't know. Okay, yeah, and he has an older brother, Augustin Sarkodie, and then and then he has twin siblings right before him, and Olive and Olivia Sarkodie. Yes. Olive is also a pastor. And then Olivia recently got married. Yes, Olive also recently got married. Yes. Olivia is a makeup artist. Um, um, yes. Yes. That's as much as I can say.
Wait. All right. So he comes from a family of five. One senior brother and an elder sister. Oliver and Olivia and then Augustine. And then, so his father is a Reverend Solomon Asante Sarkodie, senior. And then his mom, excluding him. So let me add him. Then I think he had a twin. All right, that's one. And then, yes, what again? We went to marry his sister last year. And then his brother also got married. And then, yes, his sister is a makeup artist. They are all fine family people. And, well, again, I think that's enough. That's enough background from Pastor.
Okay, so with Pastor's background, I know he lived mostly with his grandmom, and then he has an elder sibling called Augustine. Then the twins, we have Oliver and Olivia. Then the parents are Reverend.
Olive saying. Olive is.
Yes. Okay, so his parents are Reverend Solomon Sarkodie, and then we have that of Olivia, that's the mother, Olivia Sarkodie. And then also, I know the sister to be a nurse, and then and then makeup artist as well. And then also, the sister got married to Farouk recently, and then
Okay.
and and then and then the brother Oliver also got married recently. But then the name of the wife I don't know yet. Yes, so yes, so with the name of the wife I don't know yet, and I know he's also a pastor as well. So yeah, that's what I can say.
Okay. Well, you have a chance to add an addition if you do have.
They all went to school.
Okay, so I believe no one has any other answers. All right, thank you very much. Are you ready? The next question is, tell us the trajectory of pastor's residence right from birth. Starting from faith fellowship.
All right, thank you. So I think Right from birth, he was with his parents, staying with his parents at Achimoda, and then he moved in with his grandmother somewhere in the Eastern region. Yes, and then he grew on, then he came to university. Then university he came to Accra, where he was in the University of Ghana, from Ekwafo Hall to International Student Hostel. Then after school, he still stayed in Accra to Christian Village, specifically. Yes, so that has been, it's like that. Thank you.
Okay, so increased fellowship.
Okay, so see, he lived with his parents for some time, and then lived with his grandmom, almost like throughout his life, almost. So he actually came. He then moved to SHS, that's St. Martin Senior High School. Then came to Legon. He came to Legon, and then from Legon, he's still in Accra, at Christian Village to be precise. And then he's a pastor at the Gospel Way. And I also know he has lived at IUAB before. Then he has lived at IUAB before, but then I don't really know whether it was his grandma's end or his parents' end. So that's why I'll add to it.
Okay. Some people are giving full answers in the comment section.
Yes. Okay, so I also know that he lived at Achimoda right from birth till university. Yeah, so he lived with his parents at a point, and then with his grandmother at a point. And then when he got into the university, he was at his hall. He was in Ekwafo Hall, so he was there. And then after school, he moved to the International Hostel. I think he lived there for about a year, and he moved to Christian. He moved to Christian Village, I think somewhere in the year 2021, and yeah, he has been in Christian Village since.
Please, can I add something? Yeah,
Okay,
he has
you can
lived
add.
at Domi before. Pastor has lived at Domi before. Yeah.
Okay. Any more additions? We can see Pastor Sian also correcting some of the answers. I'm sorry, it can't be told. Okay, so answers well recorded. All right. So at the end of these personal questions, let's hear something from Pastor himself. We are going to know if he agrees with what you said, if it's true at all or not. So let's listen attentively. Pastor.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. All right. So it's been interesting so far. The answers that have been submitted to me so far are interesting. So I think we have to start with the full name. I believe with the full name they managed. I think they managed to mention as much as they can. Everyone got the Ezra Asante Sarkodie Jr., which is the official name, the one on the documents. Everyone got that. Yes. Then someone, which is Kwabena, obviously, wanted to add my ancient name. But that ancient name, it can also be something. But I think one that was left out, which is not really an official name. Yeah, let me see if that was added. Okay, no one has that here. No one, I don't think anyone has that here. That one is my order of birth, which is the fact that I'm after the twins, so I'm a terrier. So some people do call me that. Those who know me from home, they do call me that. So I think for the name, almost everybody's called the same. I wouldn't give an extra point or anything for the addition of the ancient name, so that we can keep it in the docket. All right, and interestingly, the next question was the educational background. All right, I think you all have the same responses, so we don't have to do much. But it was funny to hear something like Akimoda, LA or FA or whatever. So that's not the case. Yeah, that's not the case. So I think for that, nobody had that when it comes to the basic education to the JHS level. Nobody had that. Naomi is asking what's the ancient name. Tell her that she was supposed to be at prayer stretch. She was not there. So I think that's for that. Um, and then the answers for that, I think with my educational background, from childhood, from Kolangwa, I began with the Siam Children's Academy that my brother Pastor Siam mentioned. So Siam Children's Academy, which is his name, Pastor Siam. So Siam Children's Academy. That's where I had my nursery things with. Then to primary one, that's when we moved to Accra. My parents moved to Accra, so that's when I came to school here in Accra. So I came to school here in Accra for just the primary one and then two. So that was when we came to stay in Dome and then North Kanishi. So we were in Dome first before we moved to Fadama. I think for that, nobody has that as well. So we come there. Yeah. So for the name of the school, you can go to Dome Pillar 2. You see it over there. It's just there. I forgot the name. I don't know if they have changed it or not. But it's there. And then I left after a year and then went back. I think after 2 years or so, came back home. They sent me back to P1. Yes, I went back to Siam Children's Academy again. Then from there, I stayed through and then went to SHS, then the university. So I think that's been it so far. So for the school, I think you all had the same point because nobody mentioned anything unique. And then the residence background, interestingly, you're all trying your best. Yes, trying to tell, okay, you stay with this, you stay with that. Hey, fine, anyways. But then I think the only extra point was the mention of the domain, which I don't know where Paul went to copy it from. But Kukua mentioned that in the comments. I think she still remembers. So that's the only extra point that Pearl could get from that. But apart from that, the year was not necessary because like the audience was saying that so the year was not really something I would give a mark for. Right. So I think that's also on that for the residents so far. So I believe that's my response to that bit of things. Okay. So yes, I'll hand it over to the coordinator again. So if I'm supposed to give the marks so far, I think for the first question, I mean you all have equal points. Then for the second question, which is on the educational background, you all have equal points. Then the third, which is the family background. Okay, yes, I forgot to mention that. There are some unique stuff in there. Yes, so how could I forget that? So, well, my brother is not a pastor. He's not a pastor, but he's trying to be. So, yeah. So I think with that, I'll start with increased fellowship. Okay, so increased fellowship, the only extra points that could be awarded to her, I think interestingly will be in the residence when she mentioned the IRB in there. So that's an extra point as well for increased fellowship because she did mention the IRB bit of things. But for the real place like Akima Sene, that's where I come from, not Akimoda. It's Akima Sene. That one was not mentioned. But Zasia is correcting you guys in the comments. As if she knew. Is it? No. It's the same. Achim or Akim is the same. Yeah, so who is Love Dove? She said that when you see him or her, she will tell you. Yeah, so I was talking about the family. So I think the family, Kwamina was lying to us that I'm in a family of 5. But I think no one has died. So we're excluding me. How can that be a family? He's excluding me. So we are 6. I think you all did well with the names. That is with my dad and everything. It was my sister Priest who was saying Olive and things. But that's coming. We can pass that. That's no problem. We can pass that. So you don't go agree. Yes. Then Prissy did well with mentioning one of the. Are you following? Prissy did well with mentioning one of the occupations of my sister, which is the makeup artist. She did well by mentioning that. But my sister is a jack of all trades. She does a lot of things. Yes. So that was given, an extra point for Priss's response for mentioning my sister's that. No, you did not mention my sister's occupation. No, you didn't. Yes. So that was the extra for Prissy. And then when it comes to increased fellowship, okay, so I think they had a couple of extras. The main extra was my sister's main occupation being a nurse. And then she got my mom's name wrong. She said Olivia Sarkodia. So that one she was trying to beat us, but I caught her. So that's not my mom's name. So please, she's not Olivia. So that you should indicate that as an off. And then she got my sister being a nurse and then a makeup, right? And my brother married, but he's not a pastor, but he's trying to see what he can do. So that's it. But he's not like a pastor like pastor. So please, that is on that. Yes, I think a lot of details were left in the family, but it's okay. It's manageable. So for that, I think it's only Faith Fellowship who did not have much to say, but Glory Fellowship should be in the same range with Increased Fellowship. So that's supposed to there's let's say equal points awarded for Glory Fellowship and then Increased Fellowship at the family level when it comes to that. But then Faith will have a reduction there because they didn't do much. So I think that's basically it. So I think the quiz mistress will go on with the last very personal question. All right.
Okay. Pastor has said everything. This is an interesting session. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yes, I am ready.
At the end of the first round, if you still believe that your fellowship will win, say it in the comments. It's never too
I
late.
am ready.
Okay, so this session is very, very, very personal and sensitive. So the first question is, without mentioning names, without mentioning names, tell us once again the trajectory of pastors' relationships. Without mentioning names.
names. Okay. So I know that right from let's say primary school through JHS, there was a girl. There was a girl who liked him and who he also liked back. But I wouldn't call it a relationship because they didn't actually date. Yes, and then when he got to St. Martin's, there was also a girl. Okay, I can't mention names, right? But yeah, they actually dated. Can I add some information, or I should just? Okay, so they dated, but they broke it up right before he got into the university, and yes, and then when he got into the university, I think in the university there were about 3 girls. No, wait. Let me give a disclaimer. Okay, so he didn't date all of these. No, we are talking relationships, right?
Please feel free.
Yes, there was but the names would have differentiated them, but I can't. Yes, but there was one girl that he had a huge crush on. Yeah, like he had a huge crush on for a very long time, but he never proposed to her. They were just talking. They were just friends. And then Again, there was another one after this girl that he had a huge crush on. There was another one. There was another one. I don't know how to differentiate them. Yes, yeah, but basically there were two girls prior there. They were not actual relationships because there was no proposal and there was no like acceptance, so I can't call them actual relationships. But then yes, so there were two girls prior, and then currently there is yes, there is our lady. Yes. So and they've been together for. Let me attempt to give how long. They've been together for. We are in 2024, right? They've been together for 5 years, I think.
Okay. Hey, interesting information. So yeah. So I know what I know. I knew he had a fling or a thing with someone in JHS, primary JHS. There was this young lady, and then when he got to SHS2, he had another someone. They were doing studies, and you understand, they were going and coming. So they were like that. So he had he had someone in SHS, and then when he got to university, fine boy, he was getting a lot of, you understand. But I think the ones that he himself was sort of interested, but he didn't conclude, was there was one, right, one nice beautiful lady, and then as he didn't do, then the Lord brought a date. So as the Lord brought, then another one, that one came into the picture, and then that one has been titibotai everlasting. It's been a long period, possibly 3 to 4 years. Okay.
Okay. Okay, so what I know about Pastor's relationship, it's primary to JHS, he had someone, yes, and then from primary to JHS, then SHS, he had, so SHS, he had another lady, which they were dating till, was it last? Yeah. So yeah. Yes. So yes, he had a lady way back in SHS though, but then they are no longer there. And then right to tertiary, he then met another lady who is currently, I don't know if she's done with the medical school, but then I don't know if she's also in the medical school as well.
That's why
But
I mean
then-
extra points, please. She's in the medical school.
But then, but then, okay, but then that one too, it didn't source. Yeah, it didn't source. Yes, due to one or two reasons, it didn't source. And then we have our lady. We have our lady here as well, who is forever to go as. Yes, so exactly. Yeah, so that's so that's what I can say about Pastor's relationship down the lane. Yes.
Any extra information?
So so okay, so I can't exactly state the reasons. I can't exactly state the reasons why the lady Pastor Pearl mentioned, the one who is almost or done with medical school, the reasons why they broke up. But I know that one thing was Pastor had invited her for meetings. A couple of times. Oh, relax. And then, yes, and she never came. And so the man of God wasn't, the man of God wasn't supportive of that relationship. And then in his current relationship, they he and then the lady, she did well. She was coming.
Are you serious?
She was coming. They had a date.
It's enough. Give the
They
points to
had a
Prissy.
date.
Give it to Prissy. It's okay.
They
It's
had
okay.
a date on the 16th of November.
It's okay.
They
It's
had a
okay.
date.
Please give. It's okay. Give the points to her. It's okay. Please. It's okay. Give the points to her. Give it to Prissy.
Thank you
Yes.
very much.
Yeah. All right. So, if we allow Prissy, she will say things. As to where she get the information from, I don't know. That is a clear show that is Prissy's strong interest. So you can see. Yeah. I think she's had most of the details right, except for, let's say, yesterday maybe SHS bit of things. Gokre said we should take the microphone from Prissy's hands. It's very true. I think SHS bit of things. I mean, you were trying to assume things. He said that before Pastor, got into school, that's when he had to make, but that was not the case. I think even when Pastor was in school, like it was like around second year or so. So that was when that whatever happened. So Prissy should score a lot more points here. And then for Faith Fellowship, I think he said what everybody knows. Nothing special. You didn't add anything. Yes. Yeah, and then for Pastor Pearl, I think clearly she did not match up to the information that Glory Fellowship has. Yeah, and interestingly, the people on the comments, I think they have more information that you guys even do have here. I don't know who was feeding Naomi those informations, but they are even giving official dates and everything. And Kukwa is proving that she has all the keys. That she has given it to Kabana, but he's not opening the keys well. Yeah, so I think it's been interesting. For the last information, I don't know where Prissy got to hear that from, but I know obviously from me now. I'm sure I'm the one who said it. Yeah, so thank you. Which one did you want to mention the name?
There was one he posted. He posted about the birthday.
Yeah.
I don't know her name, but I
That-
know the second, the one Pastor Pearl was talking about. I know.
You know that one too. Yes, you know the name. Okay. So that one you wanted to mention that one, eh?
And then the one you see is Martin.
Leave that one. You have changed. Yeah. So okay, for bonus answer, anyone who gets that one right. So that one, what's the name? Chris, I know part. The one you said I posted, not the medical students. I said I posted.
Stephanie.
No, please. I beg, don't mention name. You can mention first letter, or you can write this one down. Yes. And I can't name. Okay. You can write it down if you have that. No, please.
There is no medical
Cooper is in
school.
the H1. Which H1? Leave there. I cannot give clues to that. So please, if you don't know that, I think unfortunately the bonus has to pass.
Sewa.
So Akoto, not Sewa. All right. So at this point, I give it. Yeah. Anyways, you could get half because that was also part of her name. But then that was part of her name. But then that's not all. All right. So please, let's move on to the next set of questions. So I believe we are entering a new category now. So she'll take it from there. Which one with?
Which name starts with L? All right, that was a very, very, very interesting session. Okay, so let's calm down because you people shook a lot of tables. Now to the next question. This is a written answer question. So please get your pens ready and your sheets ready. Okay, so write
pastor's telephone number. Pastor's telephone number. For this, don't show it to the screen. I would come for it. Write pastor's telephone number. Okay, so these answers were not shown to the screen for security reasons, but all answers are here. All right, so to the next question. You are writing this answer as well. Write the course pastor studied in SHS and in the university. Hey, whose own is this? Okay, so we have the answers. All right, so to the next question. I hope you are ready. Okay, so the next question is you are writing the answer for this as well. During Pastor's National Service days, where he was working, he was doing about three different things at the same time. So write the three different roles he was playing during his national service. Write the three different roles he was playing as a national service person. If you have any extra information in the NSS, you can add that as well. Just 3 seconds more. 1, 2, 3. All right. So to the next question. This is not written. You will tell us. So before Pastor entered, before Pastor started pastoring church GWC Accra City, there was a pursuit he was after just before that. What was that? There was something he was supposed to do just at the same time he started pastoring. What was that thing? What was the pursuit? Sorry, no clues can be given, but there was a pursuit. There was a pursuit at that time, and then he went ahead and started pastoring. What was that?
So I'm getting a couple of things coming into my head. So I should say all of them
Yes.
that I have. Okay, the first one was he was supposed to travel, and I should mention the country. He was supposed to travel to Canada. Um, okay, yeah, I think I'll leave it at that.
So I think there was one option of he furthering his education abroad, so he was supposed to travel abroad, and then there was another option of sticking with his professor or whoever he was assisting during his service personnel for work. So those were the two options he had.
Yeah, so I know Pastor was supposed to further his education outside Ghana, which is Canada. Yes, so he was supposed to further his education outside Ghana, which is Canada, and I think that's what I know.
Okay. All right. So, okay. So this ends the next round. Pastor will tell us what the answers were, who got something right or not. Faith Fellowship is praying hard.
All right, so let me do this real quick and then let's get into the last rounds of things. The interesting parts, I think, are yet to come, right? So, where should I start from? So, I start from the last thing. So, the last thing, Fit Fellowship has to stand out with um, the the more points for the last one. So, I had to do that. So that's for Fit Fellowship, and then increase would have to come. Then glory will be the last. Yeah, so I think that's it. But then nobody was able to mention specifically what the pursuit was. We just said it was going, going, which that that's okay. All right, then for the courses, I think it's a pass for everyone as well. The courses, it's a pass for everyone as well. Then the number, it's a pass for increase and a pass for faith. Then try again for glory. Right, for increase and faith, but it's a pass for try again. I mean, it's a try again for glory. So then for the works he was doing at NSS, yes. So that also is a pass, extra points for fifth. Again, they're able to have the two main things, which was teaching assistant at University of Ghana, and then also a research personnel at Kolebu. So those were the two major things. I think aside that, what do we call it, increase and then glory are the same level. So 1-1 for that. So increase, they don't have much to say about that. The same. No, but that's why I was considerate for that. So that's the reason for that. So I think those are the responses. So I think Kuko has the answers there. So Kuko said he was a TA, research assistant, and a volunteer. He was also a psychologist intern, and also at the neurosurgery department at Kolebu. Yeah, she has all those details, so you can go to her for that. And then he also mentioned the neuroscience and stuff like that. So I think that's basically it. All right, so I give it back to the quiz mistress to introduce you to the next round. Please, thank you.
All right. So that was really 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 interesting. Okay. Okay, so this is also a background kind of question. Are you ready? And I believe people are still cheering on their fellowships in the comment section. Okay, are you ready? Wow, I like the confidence of Faith Fellowship, unwavering. Okay, so the next question is, tell us pastor's ministry background as far as you can tell.
Okay, so I know Pastor's father was a reverend, so growing up, he mostly goes everywhere with his father, whether prayers, um, whether prayers or yes. So it started when he was with his parents. So he had to gather the teenagers and the youth of his parents' church. Most often, they have to go for competitions and all as well. And I think one thing was they went for a competition, but then they weren't the first; they were the second. And through that, he came to Legon, and that was when he became the vice president of the AGCM. And then, yes, of AGCM before before joining the Rainers fraternity and then joining that of GWC as well, which he's currently a pastor of the Accra City branch. Yes, so that's what I can say about pastors.
All right.
Okay, so uh, well, as has already been said, his father was a pastor, so he started at Assemblies of God. So yeah, he used to help his father out in church, and he used to take care of the kids in his church. Um, yeah, he even when he was in school, even when he was in school. Even when he was in school, he used to organize programs for the kids. There was a time that they used to dance as well. I think there is a picture of him around somewhere where he was he was leading the kids in choreography and all of that. And then from there he came to St. Martin's, where he was helping the man of God out in with his ministry. Yeah, so he started with Pastor Abu. Yeah, he's now a pastor, Pastor Abu, and they used to minister to the students in St. Martin's at CU and all of that. And then and then when he got into the university, he became the vice president of AGCM. And then through that, they had the Citadel Prayer Network. Yes. So they had a Citadel Prayer Network. Right now, he is the pastor of GWCAC, and he's been a pastor of this church for 2 years and counting. And I know that he also helped set up the fellowship, or the campus fellowship on the Persec campus. I think there are a few other schools, a few other senior high schools that he has helped. He has helped with work at or on. Yeah.
I think right from his teenage years, he was in church as Assemblies of God Youth Ministry. He was helping the kids as right. Growing up, he went to the SHS, and then at SHS he also was still in SHS. He was still in. So in SHS, he was still in ministry. I recall his mom saying that even when they took him to school, like right from year one, the teachers were complaining. He was gathering people, praying with them, and then having all kinds of meetings. And then it was through that he encountered the man of God, Reverend Samuel Kwame Sasu, and then they started. Wherever you are, we love you, sir. They started the ministry, and then we had Rainers World Incorporated, so RWI. So Rainers World growing through, and then he eventually in Rainers World he became the president of the able ministers of grace. That's for Amok, and then he so as the president he was in charge of organizing Amok Camp, Amok Summit, and all those things. So that was his ministerial. So it was through Rainers World Incorporated that Gospel Wave Citadel came about, and then 2 years, 2 to 3 years ago, 3 years ago, he was then given a church to handle. That was the Gospel Wave Citadel Accra City branch, and then he has been pastoring us for all these years. So after SHS, when he got to the university, he then joined the Assemblies of God Campus Ministry. That was AGCM. In level 300, he was in level 100, level 200, he was part of theater. He was joining the theater, dancing, drama. He was acting and all that. And then in level 300, he became the hall president for his hall. That was a Kwafu Hall. So he became the Kwafu Hall president. And then he transcended into the vice president of AGCM. And then, so as the vice president, he was in charge of all level 100s. And then out of that, we got the citadels. That was building a fortification for life. So citadels, he was he was the man in charge. He was the chairperson in charge. We had a lot of programs. We had a lot of programs from that level, and then during the COVID season, that was when Citadel Prayer Network (CPN) started. That was when he was meeting us. We had 30 days of glory. We had various and we had various encounters, and then we started our daily live streaming. That was the CPN, and then eventually, so after that, when he completed school, was when he became the pastor of GWC Accra City, and then ministry still goes on. He has not ended. He's still doing the work of God. Thank you.
Okay, that was really, really interesting. Okay, so okay. Okay, so I would give the points that you have so far so that you'll be adding up. This is actually the last round we are in. There are 2 sets of questions remaining. So at the end of, Pastor has actually been very merciful. I mean, he's full of love. So at the end of the first round, Increase Fellowship had 4 points, and Faith Fellowship had 2 points, and Glory Fellowship had 4 points. At the end of the second round, Increase Fellowship had 2 points, and Faith Fellowship had 1 point, and Glory Fellowship had 3 points. At the end of the third round, Increase Fellowship had 2 points, Faith Fellowship had 3 points, and Glory Fellowship had 1 point. Now, at the end of round 4, Increase Fellowship, round 4 is the previous one, so this round is round 5. So at the end of the 4th round, Increase Fellowship had 6 points, Faith Fellowship had 8 points, and Glory Fellowship had 4 points. So round 5 is still in session. So Pastor wants to give some comments on this very question before we continue.
Oh, all right. Thank you. So, the ministry background, I think it was a major question which was supposed to be tackled majorly, but I think some of you were summarizing, which maybe did not help. So, Glory, I think you did amazing with the beginning part. So you scored at 3 points for that part, the beginning part of things. Then the middle part of things, that's the SHS bit of things. You also did well with mentioning the Pastor Abu, and then once, and then the joining the man of God and everything from there. So we also had some 2 points from just that. So I was just dashing for salient points. Then the university, you also try to mention just some couple of things, which are just mainly two things. So that was like 2 points there. And then after university, you had to talk about finalities of the matter, which is AC. That's just 1 point. Then the prosec was a bonus point, which is one as well. So you could put that together for yourself. Say it again. Yeah. So that is on that. Then think so I think increase did not do much when it comes to the ministry bit of things. She summarized everything. Some I think increase did not even mention anything among related. Glory did not mention anything among related. Not much about winners, and I think increase also mentioned something like somewhere in the university or something like that, and then joined Renes. But that was not the case because Renes was from SHS even before I went to university. So that's for increase. I think let me be generous. I think altogether was like five. Let me just do five. So two, two, then one. All right, two, two, then one for summarizing them in that order. Then for faith, I think they had to take all the points. They took that. I like the fact that they took their time to mention everything one after the other, and it was perfect. So the beginning of things, he mentioned a couple of things, 2 points. Um, at SHS level, he mentioned a couple of things as well, 2 points. Then at the Renes level of things, 2 points. GWC level of things, 2 points. Then I think at the AGCM level of things, I think because he has a personal affiliations to that, so he had like 5 points from there. So that's like 5 points from there. So I think maybe I'm too generous on that part. So that's makes up for those number of points over there. So she's gonna put that together. So as she's putting that together, she's gonna give the next question so that you can start to respond to that. So we can be rounding up already. Thank you.
Wow, that was interesting. I believe everybody is also learning. There are certain things that you never knew about Pastor Abba. By this show, you get to know. So let's keep that in mind. Maybe next time you'll be the one contesting for your fellowship. Okay, so we are putting the marks together, and then at the end of round 5, we will tell you everything. So the next question is, if Pastor, you are having a chat with him on WhatsApp, you will always know. You will definitely know that this is Pastor. Even if he's using somebody's phone, you realize that this is Pastor. So tell us, this is spoken. Tell us, what are some of the things that you can use to tell that this is Pastor messaging?
Okay, so what I get to notice. Okay, so what I get to know is Pastor texting is the structure of his statement or his conversation is one for me, and then the manner in which yes, so the manner yes. Yes, and then also, but he sometimes come with his emojis. Yes, he uses emojis as well, and then also he most often comes with this kind of laughter whenever he's trying to talk about something, and then he also mostly comes with this. Please, can I mention some of the things like oh fear or like that kind of things? Yeah, he mostly uses that a lot, and he also yes, and then he mostly uses that a lot. And with the black emoji especially, he mostly uses it when he wants to emphasize on something. He mostly use that as well. And then also for him, yes, and also Whenever he's texting on a page, maybe using someone's phone, the manner in which he appears on the page, the message appears on the page, you get to know this is pastor. Okay, basically maybe for me, I'll get to know this is pastor because of the way he structures his sentences, his punctuations and all. I get to know this is pastor typing, even if he's using someone else's phone. Yes, so that's some of the things I can say about pastor for now.
Pastor just gave a clue. The more you say, the more marks you get.
Yeah, I can add something.
I think where I can start from is his diction, the use of some words. So where I can start from is his diction, use of some words, and then most importantly, punctuations. So whenever he's texting, you can see he makes sure that his punctuations are accurate, and then the use of emojis to communicate feelings. So the black moon emoji, the laughing emoji, which he uses a lot. And then when he was on WhatsApp, his use of stickers, he used to use of stickers. He uses stickers. He makes it fun. And then the demeanor, I'll use the word demeanor for lack of a better word, demeanor behind the text or the conversation. You can sense it's him. Just so I think out of the sentence structure, putting things together, how he outlines things. So if it's a list of things, the way he gives the points out, how he communicates it, so it makes you know that it's pastor that's talking. And then length of text. Length of text, he can text a lot of things in one message. That also shows you that it's pastor, because most people just saying short. Pastor types fast, so he types late, you know what I mean? And then I think another thing I would say is that speed of response. Once he's online and then he's having a conversation with you, he types very fast. He's a fast typer, and so you send, he sees, he responds very fast, and then he makes conversation fluent. So, and then I think I'll use respect in respect in some words. The words he uses he's usually particular of his words, and so some kind of words you see, and then you are just you just know that it's pastor that's talking.
Okay, so first of all, I think I can mention the atmosphere. All right. I mean, no. What I'm trying to say, relax. What I'm trying to say is that even if whatever it is that you're coming to him with, no matter how serious it is, there is a certain how that he calms down the situation. Like he doesn't approach a serious situation like it is, like. Anyways, so okay, so there is a so there are particular use of certain. There is a use of particular words. All right. He likes to use certain words, and I can make mention of Jare. Leave there, Jare. And then what is it? And then okay. Sometimes he likes he adds like a lot of zeros to whatever he's saying, and then when he is typing particular things, something related to church that he wants us to take pay particular attention to, he sometimes types in capital letters, right? And then he uses certain emojis, like the black moon emoji that they've already mentioned, and he usually uses that to how do I put it? I don't know how to lay emphasis to, or maybe someone is doing something that he probably does not like. Yeah, he types whatever he is saying, and then adds the black moon emoji, like I'm watching you, I'm watching you, I'm watching what you're doing. And then he also tends to use certain Nigerian, like known Nigerian words like jakpa and all of that. Yes, please. Yes. And yes. Anyways. So yes, and then basically the way that he structures everything that he is writing, you will just know that it is him. He spaces out whatever he is saying, and then yeah. No, like it follows it, like they are paragraphed. That's what I'm trying to say. They are paragraphed. Yeah, so he says the points in paragraphs and all of that. Yes. So and then he tends to use laughing emojis a lot as well. Yeah.
Please, can I add one thing?
Yes,
there?
please.
So, Pastor mostly uses the Aki and Popo stickers sometimes when he's using someone's phone. He mostly uses that, and you get to know that Pastor using someone else's phone to text as well.
Right. Any more additions? If not, the audience have been mentioning so many answers. They can't wait to tell us what they have. So let's hear Pastor Chris.
Yes, so thank you for the opportunity. No. Audience, yes.
Please,
So,
this what Pastor Chris is about to say is not rewarded.
yeah.
Okay.
So the first thing I will say is that if Pastor is typing at the end of the sentence, he adds like 4 dots or dot 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 dot, dot, then or krrr, then you know that this is Pastor. And also, he likes tagging people. So if he's directing whatever he has to say to you, then he will tag you. So at this, at that. And also the caps. Yes, it's very important. And also, hey, who takes my time? I think that's all. So
Okay.
I've mentioned 4.
Okay.
Hey, yeah, full stop, yeah.
Okay, so those were very interesting answers. Let's hear from Pastor.
All right. Thank you. So let me just go straight to the point. So I think this one will have to be between increase and then faith. Yes. Yes, it would have to be between increase and then faith. But before I think faith mentioned a lot of things, right? A lot of things. But basically mentioned the same thing that increase mentioned. But I mean faith. I'm coming now. Yeah. But Faith mentioned it in, let's say, a lot more details and examples. But then I think increase stuck with summary again. So I wouldn't want to do any balak. I think I'll just do an extra 1 point for Faith. But then they all score in the same point. So I was going to. No, please. Yes, I'm going to do 7 and an 8, right? So I'm going to do 7 and 8 for Faith and then increase. And then, yeah, Faith 8 and then increase will do 7. Right. Then Glory. I think Glory basically you also did the same. I mean, you also did mention the same thing that did. I believe you're back. So I was saying that the first point basically supposed to be the 3 dots. All right, because it's quite not normal. I mean, it's quite unique. So definitely, it's a 3 point that should be the standout thing. He said 4 dots, but the whole idea is the number of. I mean, the fact that it's like infinity kind of thing. So that was the main thing. Then I believe you also mentioned the emojis, the usage of emojis as well, talking about the black emoji or the moon emoji, and then the laughter emojis and all of those stuff. So I think for that, you all, I mean, those were the major things. Then also the use of certain words, which I think Prissy mentioned, like the jare, and then Chris came to mention the occur, and then Bill was mentioning another one like ofio and things like that, right? So I think for the Japan, the minim, yeah. So I think those were the main things, and then one thing that also Prissy narrated or was able to really exemplify was the atmosphere, right? Trying to calm you down and stuff like that. So I mean that was good. But then for the reason Prissy could not get much of the mark was because they still didn't answer the whole question of how would you know this is pastor, So they didn't answer. But then, so the typical things were the ones that I think you guys, the increase in faith, were able to mention. So that's basically that. So let's get on to the last part of things. So now, I think I would give it to the quiz mistress to mention the last question to you. The points I've given that already, right? 8, 7, and then 5. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pastor. Okay, it's getting very, 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 very tense. This is the very last question. Very last question. Okay. This is the very last question, and then Pastor will ask a bonus question. So this is the time. This is the time to get all the marks if you have not been getting it so far. Knowing that the more you say, the more marks you get. This is the time to put all your words together. So the last question is. The last question for round 5 is. When pastor, whether in text or in verbal communication, whichever way, says the word all right, he means so many things. He could mean so many things. If pastor says all right, what are some of the things that it might mean?
Okay, so when pastor says all right, it's either what you are telling him, he agrees to it, or he doesn't agree to it, or it's either he wants you to go and then get to find the solution to whatever problem you brought to him. When he says all right, it doesn't mean yeah, cool, everything is fine. Let's say maybe you were supposed to do something and then you send in your report and he says all right, but then you the individual, you know that the report you sent doesn't relate with the all right pastor actually sent. So with that, you know there is a problem somewhere, which you yourself you need to go and find what it is and then get back to pastor on that. And sometimes too with the all right, it means you can go ahead with what you want to do, but it's not all the time that you can. Yes, so it's not all the time you can. It's not all the time you can go ahead with it when pastor says all right, and then. Yes, so basically with the all right, it can be a yes or it can be a no. It can be sure, you can go ahead with it. Yeah, that's what I can say.
Okay, so all right is basically first and foremost is affirmative to whatever conversation you are having. He doesn't use all right for a no. If it's a no, he goes ahead and tells you it's a no. So if you are supposed to do something and you don't, so the next point is when you are having a conversation about something and then he says something and you try to, have counter attacks. So with that, he just leaves you there and then he uses all right. So that's all right. It's like, I have heard you. That's another point. And then he also uses all right when he has sent you, and then you come back to give feedback. So you come to give information. You are basically passing on that information. So it's not like he's affirming, say, okay, go ahead or no. It's just all right to show red receipt. And then he also uses all right when maybe you do something. So let's say you fail to come to you failed to show up for a meeting he told you to show up for, and then you just come back and then come and give it when you come and give an excuse and he's not willing to talk. He just uses all right, but you should know the weight of that all right. So he just says, okay, so, oh, Pastor, I'm sorry, my mother is all right, that's fine. Then he ends the conversation. So those are the major ones I think I can speak about.
Okay, so first of all, pastor uses all right as an acknowledgement of whatever information you're giving him, and then he could also use all right to mean that we will talk about whatever it is later. Um, Sometimes to if you're telling him that you want to do something or you're going to do something, um, his all right does not necessarily mean acceptance of whatever you want. You're telling him. It could, yeah, it could mean a no, right? So sometimes you want to ask further questions to be sure that his all right actually means a yes or a no. And then yeah, sometimes he uses all right when he doesn't want to talk about whatever it is that maybe it's something that he has told you and you're not really making progress with it. When you come to him, he could just tell you all right, just to cut whatever the conversation short. So yeah.
Wow. It's the answers in the comment section for me. It looks like if Pastor Kukwa was here, she will be giving a lot of answers. Okay. So at the end of this question, yeah, congratulations. Congratulations. Okay, so from the comments, we have answers like, okay, so when Pastor says, all right, it means from Sister Naomi, she says, he's not in agreement to, it's like a warning stuff. Pastor Kuka says, all right, means he's coming to talk further. So we're settling on one part to go to the next. And it also means message well received. Now, Sister Naomi also said, all right means let's move on. Sometimes too, he just wants you to do what you can do. Then she said again that yes, it means do what you want to do. Yeah, so those are some of the answers we have in the comment section. Yeah, so let's hear faster on the very final question.
All right. I can't say all right now because it could mean a lot of things. Okay, so I think I would, I would only be fair to give equal marks to everyone. Although yes. So that's the point. With what Faith Fellowship said. So I think if I'm awarding communication and I'm awarding, let's say, details and explanation, I'll definitely give more marks to Faith. But that's not necessarily what I'm awarding. So it matters. It matters, but then that's not what I'm awarding the marks for. So I think I'm going to give equal marks when it comes to this. Yes. So I'm doing. Let me start with Glory Fellowship. So I think Glory Fellowship. How are you doing? All right. That's what I'm doing now. Okay. So we can work with 4. Right. We can work with 4. Yes. So we can work with 4. But this is what I'm going to do. So with the audience participation, I'm going to give some bonus points to some people. So I'm not talking about audience here, audience on the stream. So I think I'm going to give a bonus point of 3 to Glory, because I think now Naomi has been responding throughout. Right, and then Kukwa was petitioning that her points should also be added. Right, Kukwa was petitioning that her points be added to it. So I think Kukwa's submission so far can award Fit Fellowship 5 points. So unfortunately, Increase does not have anybody online. They are in the studio. Yes, so I think we can just give them some points. So quiz mistress, you can just check, just dash them something. Right. So so please, that will be it for my marks on this point. Okay, so now let's end with this. Oh, Chris, can you help us with the camera, please? Okay, so as they are fixing the camera, let me go ahead and then um, give the bonus round. This is basically me appreciating you. As I'm giving four, yes, then those are the bonuses for that. But then, okay, for that, so I was going to give four for glory, then I was going to give five to faith, and then five to increase as well for that typically. So that's the response on that. Okay, so let's have so now this is the open floor where you get to cement your victory. So prove your victory here. There are questions that were not asked, but then you believe that you have you have this particular let's say unique knowledge of pastor, and you just want to prove that right here, right? So the first thing I want you to do is just mention one, right? One most commonly used word by pastor. Most commonly used word by pastor. Just mention one. So quickly, don't think about it. Just mention one. Very common that everybody can attest to. Okra is not part.
Excellent.
Excellent. That's not true. So
The Lord is faithful.
the Lord is faithful. Okay, that's true. It's true. Are you giving that? I don't remember the last time that was said. That was years ago. So I don't think that will pass.
The Lord is helping us.
Okay, I think I'm not awarding mark for that. We're still in the same category of that. Yes. Just one word. So that round is up, right? So that round is up. So just one word. So just 1 point for increased fellowship. Increased fellowship. Okay. So the next thing that I need you to, can you swap? What are you swapping? You can substitute if you have somebody to. Where are you substituting? Okay. So now then the next thing is this. So basically, not referring to the voice, without the voice. Okay, without the voice, the focus is on the voice. Now, do something or say something or tell something or whatever the case is. That is clearly pastor. I don't know if you understand that. You can possibly maybe mimic a way a message is a testing of a message, like this is how pastor is responding. You can possibly mimic a reaction of pastor or whatever the case is. So that's on this part. So this part, you are free to choose which one you think will work best. If you want to dance, that's you taking the risk of dancing, because I don't know how many times you see pastor dancing. But whatever you want to choose to mimic, yes, good. So I think I'm going to award some marks to Glory Fellowship for Justice's response. The word he used was great, and that is actually the most commonly, like very extremely used word by pastor. So that's great. Yeah. So both Naomi and Justice mentioned that. So you can award that point for that. So great. Yeah. Are you following? I think, are you following? Yeah, it's a jargon. We can let that be. So please, now the floor is opened. You choose what you want to do. Don't tell us what you want to do. Just that. And I would see if it is something I do, something I say, something I act. And I think myself, I'll recognize it. So this is where we look at you and we listen to you. So let's have it. So who starts?
Okay, I start. Hey Nadia, look at me. When I'm preaching, just look at me. Don't be looking at anyone else.
Okay. So I think that scores a point. That scores a point. I can, if you want to do much, I can give you a maximum of 3. If you don't have much to do, you can do one that carries a lot of weight. But at the end of the day, you are going to be awarded 3 points. So if you want to do little 3 points, but if you want to do one that is a major thing, this one for instance is a minor thing, so it's just awarding 1 point. So you could come back to you to do that. But now, if another person is ready, you can pick it up and let's go.
So there's this laptop that you do. It's like a shrug, like but it's not really a laptop. I guess I don't know how to. It, that's how I'm trying to explain it, please. So, yes, that and then
I actually don't understand. So I'm lost. I don't know who's talking. So I think that's already like a -1 in your 3 points. All right, you can try again.
okay. So
It's not necessarily like mimicking, not necessarily mimicking like it's not like my preaching or something. It could be my test with you. It could be something personally. It could be whatever it is. The whole point is about. It's like I'm just more or less like I didn't see that coming. I'm seeing like you are basically doing something that I do that I've not even taken note of. I just wanted to catch me by surprise. But I think you're telling me normal things. These are things I'm aware of. So catch me by surprise by something that I've been doing and you have been taking note of. Just imagine a little baby that is there and then is mimicking the granny's toothless talking. That would be like, are you for real? Like, are you just mimicking your granny's toothless talking? So that's why I'm saying that, you know what? Share with us a unique code that you've picked when it comes to pastors. When nobody is there, what are some of the kokonsa things that you do? Say it again. Dark team. Tag team. You're tagging. All right, you can tag. You want to switch? Yes, it is. All right, so that was a substitution for fellowship. All right, so let's have it quickly, please. We don't have all day. Yes. So who is ready?
Okay, so I'm doing. What about them, Papa?
Goodness, that caught me. Is that what she was coming to do? All right. So that is a +1 for faith fellowship. No, it's not weighted. Yes. Azama, I'm not counting your points, but at least that caught me. Hey, Azama, I'm not counting that point. Yes.
yeah, Papa one.
All right.
Yes, I'm listening.
I do.
Like when somebody is
No, you don't have to explain. Don't worry. I mean, you don't have to explain.
Can I do?
Yes. Who is Love Dovey? I think I'll give you another opportunity. I wouldn't score. I wouldn't deduct as well. So I'll give you another opportunity. Although Faith had already -1 for Kabinet's answer initially. Oh, okay, you didn't answer. Okay, so it's still there. All right. Yes, Nadia.
Okay,
So I'll come again for you so you can redeem
so
yourself.
as I was saying, hey, wada.
Okay, I'm not scoring that. I think if you use my preaching, you may not get me. What is it?
Okay, so Pastor, when you are talking to him, sometimes he'll be like, "Are you for real?" And then he'll be laughing at the background as well. That's what he mostly does.
Should I score? I'm not scoring. So -1. I'm not scoring. It's true, but I mean, I think I'm not scoring. It didn't catch me. It's not scoring. They have 3 points, and I'm deducting. Oh. So she's left with just 1 point to redeem in her 3 points, right? She's also left with 2 points to redeem. She's also left with 1 point to redeem. Yes, she said 2, but I detected 1. I detected 1, but then I gave an allowance for 1. Who is Love Dovey? Is it Araba? Yes, So who is catching me by surprise? Let me see how you have been mimicking me behind the scenes without me knowing. Some of you, sometimes when we close, you have been doing that with your other people. Sometimes you have been talking about me, the stuff, you know. After you have seen my test, you are ignoring it because you know that, you know, all of things. So yes, I'm following. Wow me. I'm in the seat. You don't have all day. Are you for real? Who is he hearing? Yes.
So, like personally. Ah, ah.
Yeah.
Hey!
The kind of thing that you are giving me. The A is even getting me to A. I think Chris Master is not scoring that. Yeah, so glory and increase. Please. I think I don't have all day for you. Let's do this. Justice wants me to award nodding head consistently after an answer or reply. But I cannot award this one because it's a test. If we were acting it, I think I would possibly be, you know. Sorry.
Why are you doing this to yourself?
I think this one is quite personal. So I think I would award a mark for that. It's quite personal. I think this one is quite personal for Prissy. Because Prissy knows that she knows that I would definitely say that to her. Why are you doing this to yourself? Why are you doing this to yourself? So you're tagging again. All right, you can go back. So please you can award that to Prissy. Yes. Yeah. Let's give 2 points to Faith Village already. Okay. Yes. I think it's even caught the audience. I think they have personally redeemed their 2 points. I think Faith has their 3 points redeemed, right? Okay, so Faith, you're not submitting again. Glory, you have your last chance. Increase, you have your last chance.
Hey.
And then we round up. At this point, it's getting so personal. Please, I think it is her. It is her. She trying to. No, I mean she's trying to do what I would do to her. Yeah. So I think that's also this +1 as well. So you can have +1 for that. Then
Hey, please, I'm
then
doing
Glory,
it
you
too.
have the last.
Hey, get out.
This might get out. This might get out. It's not getting out well. All right. Yes. What about snaps your finger with that voice? Are you here? Are you following? This one is very personal to Naomi. Very, very personal. Because she knows that she's the one who'll be looking elsewhere. Then, but I'm not scoring point for that. So I think, can I just draw the curtains down? Can I draw the curtains down, please? Is there anyone that you think that you have a very very you have a, let's say, a jaw breaker and a jaw dropper and whatever to award yourself some huge point before we end? Always hitting my forehead and head. Anyone, so that you can possibly redeem some good points with this, even as they are putting their backs together, so that we can wrap up here, including the audience, including everyone who is following online. Thank you all for following online, for making this happen. And those in the studio, they have been amazing. They've been amazing. Yes? Please, Mr. We are saying, hey, what's happening? Yes. Anyone, please? Mm-hmm. Anyone? What? I'm not minding you. Please leave there. I'm not minding you. Please leave there. I can see that. Okay, so maybe for all of you, what is that unique thing about Pastor that you really admire? It's basically a unique thing about Pastor that you are not a lie. If you're lying, I will see. A unique thing about Pastor that you really admire, that you sincerely do tell people sometimes. You do mention to others sometimes. So let's have a blushing moment now.
Okay, so for me, it's
Naomi wants to gather all the points, but me, I don't want to give her the points. Yes.
It has to be one thing.
It has to be whatever it is. I mean, you could win me with that. So that's the
Okay.
because I'm seeing a
So-
tie here, and I'm seeing a far away winning here. So I think I want to give opportunity for you to catch up.
So for me, it's the mindset, all right, the positivity in everything. No matter how bad anything looks like, there is a certain composure that you have. Like not literally, nothing is able to break you down, and that is one. And then secondly, it's going to be how excellent you are in everything.
So general. Now I'm not moved by
Okay.
it.
Okay. Another thing is that no matter how much little time that is left for something, you are still going to be able to get it done. Like maybe we are supposed to work on a certain project and then the funds are not coming in. No matter how small the time is, you're still able to put things together to be able to make sure that the thing is done.
Okay.
And
Last.
last one, can someone go and then I come in later?
If someone goes, you will not come.
I won't say what they
No,
said.
but you don't come. So
Okay.
please, someone can go so that you will not come.
Oh no, wait. No, please wait. I think what I'm going to say the discipline you would say is generic.
I don't know how you can put it very unique. If you can, that's fine. But can the next person go?
Okay, so what?
Please no, please one last thing. Please one last thing.
What is that?
One last thing is that you are literally like a jack of all trades. You have a knowledge about literally everything. Yeah, you have some knowledge about
You know, it's a
everything.
compliment that always gets me, right? So you can get 3 points for that. All right. Now Naomi is also adding up to the same thing. So I think I like the synergy. I like the synergy of Naomi's response. She spoke about the optimism and then the composure, which I think you mentioned that. So I think that adds up to awarding you the 3 marks, which could make a difference. Yes. Let's have it. Next.
Okay, so one thing I admire about Pastor is whenever you present a problem to him, the manner in which he addresses the issue, he doesn't come up with an angry face or an angry voice at you, but then in a calm manner, he tries to make sure that he solves the problem, looks at the pros and cons on how to solve the problem so the other party doesn't get affected. So whenever he does that, it makes the individual feel so calm and still believe in him again, trust him. So no matter no matter the problem you are going through, you know, this thing I have to share with my pastor. When I share with him, I'll be so fine, I'll be so cool. And that's one thing I admire in his consistency when he's doing something until he doesn't stop until he sees the results. And it's something I'm picking up from him. And when he's working until he's done, he doesn't get up from his working place. And that's one thing I admire about my pastor. And then also for Pastor Ezra, he has in-depth knowledge in every problem, anything. I had that in mind already.
Okay.
Yeah, so he has
Please go ahead.
in-depth knowledge in whatever is it course which he has not even studied before. You can give him an assignment to do it, and trust me, it's going to come out so perfectly, so excellent that you think he has learned that particular course. And that's one thing I admired about him and how he presents his work. How he presents his work.
All
And
right.
then also, when it comes to his dressing as well, yes, I also admire that too.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So, I think same marks actually with blue. Yeah. I think I'm doing same marks with blue. All right. So I think I love the first submission and then the second submission as well. You know. So yeah, because I think I'm also looking out for how personal it is to you. I actually want to see how it's personal to you. Something that it's personal to you. That's what I'm looking for. Ah, I didn't add the personal. All right,
Okay,
it's part of
so
the exams.
I
Yeah.
think the first thing the first thing I'll go ahead and speak about is the way he honors and respects everybody is one thing that stands out for me, especially the man of God. He's very honorable to the man of God. He's very respectful. Once he hears an instruction, Ezra do this, Ezra do this, he's right on it. And then I believe it's something I've come to learn, and I want to be that kind of person who honors everybody. He respects everybody irrespective of how you relate to him, irrespective of how he may talk to you indoors or closed doors, like even maybe having a casual conversation. Once you are out there, there is a different tone, there is a different language, there is a different kind of demeanor behind conversations, and is one thing I love about him. And then the second thing I believe I admire is basically he being willing and available to give you the solution. All he needs you to do is to come up and then talk to him about it. There are a lot of things that he knows, but he will never talk about it because he's expecting that you just bring yourself to it.
I think you get a max already. I think you get a max already. Yes, continue.
Yes, so that was one thing, and then the other thing I think they've mentioned is his ability to do everything. So for instance, there are times that I feel like you shouldn't be able to know everything or do everything. It's not accepted everywhere.
Yeah.
But then since I met him, he has made it known, and it's something I am kind of proud of, because it's not everywhere that you go that you show forth the things you can do, the things you know, and all that you're appreciated for. But he being an example creates the opportunity for all of us to push harder, to learn harder, to be better. And that is another thing that makes him a great personality to me. Thank you.
All right, all right. Say it again. No, I mean it's not an additional something there. What do the audience have? Audience, you can go there and then go and then. No, hurry up, be going. They are waiting for you online. Please. All right. Thank you to everyone who is still connected. I'm seeing Hannah's connected,
So,
and then
thank you,
yes.
sir, for the opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's one thing I admire about him. When I'm here, he say, Nadia, come. Yes. And also, I think I admire the shaking tables and the blasting part of his excellence. Yes, because he he will not watch the team flop. Maybe he started watching.
They're watching. They are started watching.
Then he will see that no. Then one be or the film, and that is it. Then I like that part of it. Yes, thank you.
All right. So, is there one thing that you don't like, but you know that you like, or one thing you don't like, but you know that you need? I don't know how to explain. You know, you
He
understand?
can be very annoying. Very, very annoying. Yes.
What does it mean?
Like, so because so he doesn't give like the necessary let me say compliments that would make you feel like, yeah, I did the best. Even though he sees you do something and he knows that this is good, this is top notch, but he will never say it. And then that is so that you don't get over your head, and then next time you do something basa, or you stick to that standard, because once he doesn't say it, the next time you'll be having second thoughts and you want to do better than what you did, and it's very annoying, but you would love it because you have to keep pushing. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Prissy.
I think that sometimes some of the words that in his
They can do this to your hearts.
in his rebuke, some of the things that he would tell you,
Aye.
some of the things he would say to you.
I'm feeling the pain.
It's. I mean, sometimes you just cry. I mean, yes, yeah, basically the words, some of the wordings, some of the things that he would say to you in his rebuke.
You can't say it on air. You can't say it on air. All right. Now, Pastor Pearl.
Okay, so for me, what I sometimes don't like about Pastor is he coming to blast you in the midst of people is one thing I just don't like. It's something that really hurts me when Pastor does that. And then, yes, it's something that really gets to me when it happens, like in the midst of people, and I just don't like that. But then after that, he will just come and console you, and then you think, oh, everything is right. But then one thing I also like is sometimes I realize, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do, but then I'll be so lackadaisical in doing it. So immediately, Pastor comes to blast me. I come back to my senses, and then I just get to do the work as it is and then make sure it's done perfectly. And I think that's one thing I really like about Pastor when it comes. But then sometimes it's so annoying that sometimes you'll be like, where are the reports of the people? Like sometimes I'll be like, no, me, I'll probably be somewhere. Now, how will I get it? Especially this recent one. I was like, in my mind, I was like, why didn't you have to come and ask? I'm like, why didn't you come and ask me? We can actually go directly to their fellowship leaders and all. But then it's really something that motivates me to do more, and I like to see that. Thank you, Pastor, for all these shaking of tables. Yes, it does. It really does motivate me to do more.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So I think you can possibly, end with this last thing. So the last thing is Let's go. So the last thing, I think the last thing that I'm going to ask is, so let's say, what has been a privilege that you have had, a privilege of access to pastor that you have had that you think that you can recommend? I don't know if you understand the question. So let's say, for instance, let's say, Pearl, you know that, okay, you've been pastor's PA, you've had the privilege of maybe being closer and then talking, yes, talking at length and whatever the case is. You know, what are some of the things that you've gotten to know about pastor you feel like everybody should get to know this part of pastor as well? Now do you get it? So something that personally you've experienced when it comes to pastor that you feel like it's one of the best things, and then people should experience that as well. Somebody may be having notions that, this man, So we want to see how you can help us bust our myth. And then quiz mistress will go ahead and announce the points. So please, every one of us, let's go ahead and share. Those in the comments, those in the live chats, those here in the studio, let's go ahead and share. All right, so who starts? Please, Pastor Pearl starts. You're still putting your thoughts together. All right. Who has put his thoughts together? You can start.
I don't think I've put my thoughts together, but I can go. So I think I can start from scratch where I met him, so I can talk from that point, and then when I've gotten to, because from afar he was someone I admired, someone I looked up to, and then but there was always that thought of he's some way, that kind of thing. So so I believe there are a lot of people that feel that same way. There are a lot of people that feel he's difficult to approach. He's not someone you can have personal conversations with. He's not someone you can freely talk to, because there are sometimes you feel like if you are going to pastor, you should arrange your words. You should make sure that everything is then, like, when he asks you a question, you have an answer. When he asks you this, like, you feel like you should know everything before you go. But then that is not it, because there are some times that you go without a full plan, but he actually develops the plan for you. And it's one thing I have learned. So it's not like be perfect before you come to him. No, he doesn't look out for people who are like him. He doesn't look out for people who like are top notch. No, he is open to everybody, even whatever you think you are, no matter how worse or bad you think you are, all he needs is for you to come to him and then have that conversation. And then he will actually make you see the good thing about what you did. He will make you see the good things that are available that you are not seeing. So he brings out the best in you. Like he's ignoring the
If
worst,
we leave
but
Pamela, we will
he's
not go to
actually he's not ignoring the worst. He's actually solving the worst by making sure that the best is taking that
All right.
prime thing.
So Araba has this. He says, Pastor will smile and look at you after you've spoken of a very critical situation of yours. Like it's not that much of a big deal. And he makes you see and feel that as well. I say, hey, when did Araba come that she noticed that?
Exactly.
Oh, goodness. I spell smiling plenty. Should I award point for being Yeah. Oh, I think I forgot to award point for Arabe's participation as well. So I'll add one. Yes, she's also been consistent throughout from start to end. Love that year. So Araba, please I'll award your marks, okay? All right. Let's have the next.
So I think I was actually going to start from what Araba said, right? Honestly, honestly, but yeah, whatever a situation it is that you come to him with, no matter how big you think it is, like, oh my gosh, you're literally shaking, I can't talk about this thing with anybody. He demystifies it. He makes it look like it's a normal happening. Do you understand? With his, I remember the very first time I had like a one-on-one conversation with him about something, and I was too shy to even talk about it with him in person. So I opted to text him instead, and he basically he like he took away all of the tension. Do you understand? Yeah. Every tension that I was feeling, he took it all away, and then I was able to freely express myself. And then another thing that I've come to know is whatever thing it is that you talk about, sometimes you're going to him with something, yeah, and even as you're going to him with it, you're not even sure of yourself. Maybe you have a business plan, you want to start something, and you don't even see the possibility of what you want. You're basically trying to test him. You want to know if I should do this thing or not. But you come to him, and then he is even giving you like more ideas on how you can go about it and make it better. Yeah, and then one other thing that I've come to realize about him is that he never gives up on you. He never gives up. Sorry,
Never gives up on you.
on
All right.
anybody.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So Hanat has this. He has this button he presses that gets you on and going. I want to see what button is that. It's a button on my phone. So he has this button that he presses that gets you on and going. All right. So the last person.
Yes, so for me, I would like to start from getting to know Pastor. From afar, I thought Pastor was that kind of person who wouldn't really like to talk to people, or maybe not allow people come close to him and talk or share their views with him. But then getting to know him, I realized he's someone who is so open that you can come to him, share your problems with him, share your views with him. He wouldn't have to tell any other person, not even his closest friend or brother or even relation. He wouldn't, or the girlfriend here, he wouldn't have to tell anyone about it. It's just between you and Pastor. And that's one thing I really like. And whenever I come to Pastor with my problems, I always say this, I feel this kind of burden being lifted away, and then I feel, okay, so this is actually me. Because I'll start from when I joined Team Amorg, I was that kind of shy person. Even chatting on the page was very, very difficult for me to do. I don't like chatting on group pages. So you'll be there and Pastor will come and mention your name. You definitely have to come and respond. So I realized these were some of the ways Pastor was trying to shape me to become that bold and confident lady. And then, because most often I'm always, so Pastor doesn't agree with this, but then we are still deliberating on that I'm so reserved, but then he feels I'm not reserved. I'm very open. So getting to know Pastor, he has really changed a lot of things about me. So for you out there, you think Pastor is that person you can't come close to, you can't share your views or ideas with. I'm just telling you that Pastor is that free person you can share your views and ideas with. And whenever the problem is so difficult and or you feel this problem there, Charlie, what I'm telling Pastor, I feel it's so bad, it's not good for me to tell Pastor. Pastor wouldn't show any kind of facial expression that will tell you, oh, what you are saying there, why you are the bonny bipa, like you're really, really, it's a really, really bad thing you did. But then, no, Pastor would rather stay calm, just smile at you, and then he would just say a short word, or he just say something, and then you realize you are so calm, you are so open, and then you start talking to him, and he doesn't address issues. He doesn't address issues just when you tell him, okay, this is my problem. He doesn't go straight forward to it. He then tries to break the ice, so you can be so bold and confident to share what you have to share with him. Because most often, if he doesn't break the ice, you kind of hide some things from him. So when he breaks the ice, you feel, okay, Pastor wouldn't ask me this kind of question, but then on our way, he would definitely ask you the question. And that's one thing I think he has really
All
helped me
right.
with.
Next audience.
Thank you so much.
All right.
It's like everyone is saying I didn't get close to Pastor because from afar I thought it was come talk for the people that we didn't care. Whether it was afar, we were afar, we didn't care. We just our only problem was we didn't want to get close to him, because when we get close to him, we'll actually become correct. That is what we didn't want. Yes, but then yes, getting close to him, and I've me personally, I've gotten to know that I have not all, but some things in common with him. I won't list it, so those who want to find out, I won't list it. Yes, yes, and I'm like, oh, okay. So the only problem is how to go about it when you are like this or you're like that, which I didn't know. So having access with him, okay, so this is what I have in common. This is what he did when it was like this. This is what he did. Okay, let me take the same step. Let me also do the same thing. And it's actually working. Yes, it's very working. And then that will actually want you to get more closer, because you want to find out more from him. Yes, and also in a way too, because of that, I don't know how to put it, but I don't remember. It is fine.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much for the opportunity. So, for me, I'll start by quoting. Um, yeah, yeah. I'm quoting something from Dr. Miles Moreau. He said, he said the greatest tragedy is not death, but a man on earth without knowing his potential. Yes. So for me, I think one thing that really stood out for me was the way I came in. So I'll give an example. So on that fateful day, it was 16th of May,
Story time.
2019. That was when we were about forming CPN. So I was there one hot afternoon, and one lady texted me, Lady Juliet. So I saw the text. I hadn't saved the number, so I saw, but I knew it was her. So Eva Dunamis. Then he came. Then she was like, "Bro, you are." She was like, "So you have been chosen to become a leader and all that." I was like, "Me? Maybe you are seeing a wrong Christopher. Go and check on the page." I told her to go back to whoever sent her to me, that she came to the wrong person. And from that time that I accepted to be a leader, trust me, there are many things that I've seen. So this is to the quote that I said. So I think for me, I live with him. So there are privileges and opportunities that I've really, really enjoyed. And I'm most grateful to God for that. And through him, yes, I've come to know plenty things. The things that you see me do right now, most are from him. Most are from the things that he teaches me and all that. So yes, that is all I want to say.
All
I'm
right.
very emotional right now.
So I think gradually he's also becoming a jack of all trades. I think now he's also everywhere, doing everything. So now if you want to do data analytics, I don't know what he's going to do with it, but I mean, it's interesting. So thank you guys. Thank you guys. I mean, for everything that you've shared, everything that you shared. I think Hannah was trying to explain. I know Naomi has, yeah, Naomi has a lot to say, but I'll not let her talk. He has a way of getting things out of you and everything. So thank you so much. I think I'm here to say thank you for making this happen and for the joy and laughter that you've shared with me tonight. I think the day is already made tomorrow. I appreciate that a lot, and especially for our online audience as well. Thank you for sticking with us and for making this possible. The concurrent views, it's encouraging. It shows that you are in full support of whatever it is the Lord is doing here. All right. And although my face is not coming, but I think my voice is out there, so I can get to say a big thank you to my man of God, my father, and then my pastor, Reverend Samuel Kwame for this great exposure. It would not be possible if he didn't allow me to be your pastor. If he didn't say, "Go lead these people," he could have chosen to just keep me by his side and say, "You're not going anywhere." And all of these things wouldn't have been possible. You wouldn't have seen any of these things or even gotten closer. So I believe that I owe much to him, and I thank him for allowing all the potentials in me to be on the stage for everyone to bear witness of that. I thank him so much. Thank you so much, sir, for that great opportunity. And thank you to every one of you, all the fellowship leaders, all the members, for making this happen. I appreciate that a lot. So I think I would go ahead to get to share with you what we can make out of this face off. So this face off, I think that everybody had their strength. Okay, so I believe everybody had their strength, and then when it was time for their strength, they mastered it a lot, and they took great advantage of that, which I already named some great points. And so I think my general comment would be that Faith Fellowship did take much advantage of the ministry, let's say, background. They did take great advantage of that, and I think that propelled them forward. Then Glory Fellowship as well took great advantage of the relationship background, and that propelled them forward. What did Increase Fellowship take advantage of? I'm not too sure what they took advantage of, but I think, yeah, I think, yeah, maybe something. I've missed it though. Okay, like, okay, explaining some of those things, yeah. So I think those have been the strength and everything. So I already mentioned the marks. If I mention the marks, the troll will be so difficult. All right, so after putting everything together, we have. I'm going to start from the first though, not from the last. So we have the first position, or or those that goes to Faith Fellowship. All right, it goes to Faith Fellowship. They've been amazing with the last round of things. When it began, they were having their own struggles on the family and then background stuff, which increased, and then glory, they were doing well with that. And then I think the problem is who the second is and who the third is. That's the problem. I think according to the point here, they are supposed to be on a tie. According to the point here, they are supposed to be in a tie. Yes, but then sincerely, to break the tie, I think I'm going to have to give the second position to Glory. Yeah. So if you want to ask me how I'm breaking the tie, I think I'm going to start with online participation. Glory has had the greatest consistent concurrent viewers. They've had Araba, Naomi, and then Justice. And Hanat still also showed up, having been so consistent. I love that. I love that a lot. Right. I think that's really was, a disadvantage to increase fellowship. They basically don't have anybody. Just one, yeah, just once. She just passed through once, and that was all. He just came to say increase. Then she left. So whatever Christopher was doing here was not enough to help his fellowship win. So that is on that. Then the second thing also that increase did also was not coming all out. Basically, was summarizing everything or just wrapping everything, kind of like lumping them together, which also did not help them, because Glory took her time to expound a lot, to try to talk about much things, and they were able to pick up some salient points. But increase, for whatever reason, did not. Did I don't know why they didn't expound on something even as let's say important as the ministry background. Not much was said by Glory. By increase. Not much, absolutely. So that was also the reason I couldn't give the second position to them. So I think it's only fair to have Faith Fellowship and then Glory Fellowship in the second position, and then Increase Fellowship also comes in. Even if you add the treasure hunts, you still have Faith Fellowship winning, because the point is 48 to 35. I'm the one. I'm the so so yeah. So conclusively, we say that the winner for who knows Pastor best is. I said the winner for who knows Pastor best conclusively would go to the Faith Fellowship. You know, talk, yeah, yes. So Faith Fellowship wins. Who knows Pastor best? Yes, and then yeah, they win. We're talking about expanding a lot of things. They were amazing. Then also, Faith. Then also their online participation with their fellowship leader who could not make it for I think reasons I permitted her. She needed to take care of something, so she also came in with her massive responses on the page that also got them in. All right. So that is for Faith Fellowship. Then we have in second position Glory Fellowship, which was represented by Prissy, who took advantage of, I love the confidence. I love the fact that she came out Steven. She could have chosen not to compete because you're like, hey, I don't stand a chance against these guys, though. But then she knew that she could have a strength that she could lay hold of to make a case. So Glory Fellowship comes in second position. Then Increase Fellowship, for those reasons I stated, would have to be in the third position for us. So that is the that is the beginning. That is the beginning of the troll for Pastor's PA. It's about to be a long night, very very long night for her. So we're going to see you all again, hopefully tomorrow and then Wednesday, right? So at this point, I think I'm going to ask Kwabena to help us sing "Unique in all your ways," right? So please.
Please, I'll be backing you.
Give Mike or you want to remember your days of singing?
Leads us in the path of righteousness. We bless the Lord, always forgiving us a precious gift as you. Ooh, unique in all your ways. ways, unconventional in all your thoughts. You make us love to serve the Lord, unique in all your ways, unconventional in all your thoughts. You make us love to serve. Say unique in all your ways, unconventional in all your thoughts. You make us love. Serve the Lord, serve the Lord, unique in all your ways, unconventional in all your thoughts. You make us love to serve the Lord. We love you so much, Pastor Sir.
I love you, Pastor Sir.
Okay, so this is where we draw the curtains down. This has been an amazing show, seriously. I believe we've all gotten to know certain things about Pastor, and most importantly, there are some things that you thought, Pastor is like this from afar, but today you get to find out certain things that you never knew. So thank you so much, Pastor Pearl from Increased Fellowship, Pastor Cobbs from Faith Fellowship. Yes, yes. And the winner, no problem. And Sister Prissy from Glory Fellowship. That was an amazing. You all did so well, like so well. God bless you so much, and we thank you. So this is where we draw the curtains down. Who knows Pastor best? So it looks like Faith Fellowship knows Pastor best for today. Yeah. So thank you so much, everybody who was also connected online. Thank you so much. If you were in the comment session, you were connected throughout and you stayed with us. That was so amazing. Thank you so much for being a part of our celebrating of excellence. Yeah, that was beautiful. So do have an amazing evening. And then tomorrow is the actual day. Tomorrow is the actual day of Pastor's birthday. And then, yeah. So tomorrow is Pastor's birthday. Make sure you send in your wish, send in the money, send in everything, and then wish Pastor a happy birthday. So do have an amazing night, and bye-bye. Okay.
Come and carry the microphone.
Unique in all your ways. Pastor, should I leave?
Let's go. Okay. Excellent, meticulous, distinct, are not enough words to describe your works, and no, compassionate, kind-hearted, generous, are not enough words to describe your love for us. You are a loving Father, prophet and priest, leads us in the path of righteousness. We bless the Lord, always forgiving us, a precious gift as you. Go unique in all your ways, unconventional in all your thoughts. You make us love to serve the Lord, unique in all your ways, unconventional in all your thoughts. You make us love to serve the Lord, unique in all your ways, unconventional in all your thoughts. You make us love to serve the Lord, unique in all your ways, unconventional in all your thoughts. You make us love to serve